Arsenal versus Man City, it's the race for the Premier League title, and I was really excited when I saw this game. Then I saw it was a 4th round FA Cup game, but it's still going to be a very good match. And in this video I'm going to be giving you my prediction, but most importantly my combined 11. Just note this combined 11 is based on this season, so it's based on form rather than overall footballing ability. Before we do get into the video, make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy. If you are new to the channel, I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe. If you really want to support the channel, feel free to become a channel member. Let's get into the video. In goals, I'm going Aaron Ramsdale. He hasn't been standout this season. He hasn't been the best goalkeeper in the Premier League, but for me he's been better than Ederson. He's not made that many mistakes. Probably could have done better on the Sandro Martinez's goal last week, but I think he's been very solid this season. Ederson hasn't made that many standout mistakes this season, but I think he could have done better on a lot of the goals City have conceded. His distribution is one of the best for a goalkeeper, but as a shot stopper I don't rate him, and for that reason I think Ramsdale's been better this season. Right back Ben White. He's probably been the best right back of the season, not because he's been world class, but because Trent's been poor, Reece James has been injured, Kyle Walker has been poor, João Cancelo's played at right back sometimes when he's mostly a left back. On some very rare occasions this season, Man City have played a 3-2-4-1 formation without a right back on the field, and even when Kyle Walker's played, I do think he's been poor. So on merit, Ben White gets this. My first centre back and my first City player, John Stones. I think he's been fantastic this season, and maybe it's a bit of recency bias, and I know it's on form, but Akanji started the season off brilliantly, but I think throughout the entire season, Stones has been fantastic. John Stones is extremely underrated. I know it's not hard, but I think he is England's best centre back. He is brilliant. He's been brilliant for City this season and gets in this team the first City player. The second centre back is going to be Saliba. No real questions about it. I think he's been standout for Arsenal this season. Ever since he came back from Marseille, he's clearly improved the side, so for me, he gets in this team. He even got a call up to the France World Cup squad. That's how good he's been. He's been one of the key factors to why Arsenal are top of the Premier League. He's clearly made the side better and comfortably gets in his combined 11. Left back Zinchenko, the former Man City man, gets in a combined 11, but he is now an Arsenal player. João Cancelo started the season off brilliantly, but I think he dipped after he got bodied by Mo Salah. He's just not been the same and is barely playing, been replaced by Rico Lewis. João Cancelo was fantastic in the first set of games. Rico Lewis was fantastic in the second set of games. Zinchenko has been brilliant in both sets, and that's why he gets in this combined 11. He's been consistently good throughout this season. Defensive midfielder Thomas Partey and Rodri, they've both been absolutely fantastic this season. It's so hard to choose. It's really a flip of a coin. If you're ranking defensive midfielders based off this season, Casemiro is top. I think he's been fantastic for Man United, and then you have Thomas Partey and Rodri. I think they're both second. But somehow Arsenal have controlled this combined 11, so I'm going to give it to Man City, so I don't upset their fans too much. So in this combined 11, I'm going to go Rodri just about, though Thomas Partey has been fantastic. My first midfielder, I'm going to go with Martin Odegaard, and I'm going to have a little bit of a moment here, because when he first signed for Arsenal, people called him a Real Madrid reject. Why did they sign him? He wasn't that good on loan, but I told you 30 million for Martin Odegaard is an absolute steal, and when you look back on this signing, he will look like a bargain. And well, come 2 years later, Martin Odegaard has been the best centre mid in the Premier League this season. He's been unbelievable, and I say how Saliba made an impact, but without Martin Odegaard, I honestly believe they wouldn't be top of the league. He's been their best player in my opinion. I absolutely love him. I think he's unbelievable. No doubt about it, Martin Odegaard gets in this team. The other midfielder, I'm going to go with Kevin De Bruyne. He had a poor World Cup, but this is the Man City versus Arsenal combined 11, and as he has been for several seasons, he's been one of Man City's best players. He's been unbelievable this season, 11 assists, and with Haaland up front, he's easily going to break his own record of 20 and easily gets in this team for me. Right wing Bukayo Saka, I think we're just past the stage where we call him a good youngster. He's now just a very good footballer. 7 goals this season. He's been key for Arsenal. He's not been as integral as Martin Odegaard, but he's still been a very important player for Arsenal. 7 goals this season. He's been very good. He's shown up in big games like versus Man United where he scored. He's just been absolutely brilliant, and he's still only 21. Imagine what it'll be like in 5 years' time. Gets in this team very comfortably. Striker Erling Haaland, there's no real explanation needed. The last of the lot, the left wing spot, Martinelli or Foden, both with 7 goals in the Premier League this season. I think both have been very good. It's another coin toss. Unlike with Thomas Partey and Rodri, I'm not going to pick a Man City player just to even out the numbers. Instead, this time I put it up to an Instagram poll, and after an hour, 85% of people have picked Martinelli. Honestly, it surprised me how comfortably Martinelli won. I thought it would be very tight, but it looks like Martinelli is going to be the final player of this team. If you want to get involved in future polls for these kind of videos, make sure to go follow me on Instagram. It is linked in the description. If you said to me 12 months ago I'd be making a combined 11 with 7 Arsenal players and 4 Man City players, I would have thought I lost the plot, but this is the world we're living in. Let me know what you thought of my combined 11 in the comments. Make sure to leave me your combined 11 in the comments. Finally, my prediction for the game, I reckon City will win this game 2-1. Arsenal will be more focused on the Premier League, and this is probably City's only chance to get a trophy. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are new, and if you really want to support the channel, feel free to become a member. Shout out to all my current members, and I'll see you in the next one.